Welcome back. Today we're going to react to Dominoes by Ren. It's a request from a subscriber, so let's get straight into it.
Oh, you built this like dominoes, dominoes, dominoes falling. Oh, you built this like dominoes, dominoes, dominoes falling. You build us up just to knock us back down. Funny how you act surprised when we hit the ground. We're like dominoes, dominoes, dominoes falling.
Right off the bat here, I'm getting the impression that this is like a child talking to a parent and sort of saying that you've built us up, but you've knocked us back down. So to explain, a lot of parents, what we do as parents is we tell our kids, like, you're going to be great, you're going to do this, you can do anything type thing when they're smaller. And then as they grow, I think everyone kind of does the same and saying, well, you know, how are you going to do this or how are you going to do that? And that's kind of a confusing message for a child to receive, because we kind of, as parents, build our children up, but then we kind of slowly but surely bring them back down. And that's how I feel where this is going. And like, we don't mean to do that. It's not being mean doing that, but it just seems to be a common trend. You always hear like new parents or even grandparents, doesn't have to be just parents, or other people saying, you're going to be great, you're going to be fantastic, you can do this, that and the other. And if that person feels the pressure of that and maybe falls short of expectation, then that's going to just tick away in the mind and going to make them feel a little bit doubting themselves. You know, it's putting that seed of doubt in the mind, which is terrible.
So bleed me of all my self-belief. My smile shows all my insecurity. In a kingdom of photoshopped kings and queens will never feel happy with ourselves, but insecurity sells. Dominoes, dominoes, dominoes falling. Oh, you built us like dominoes, dominoes, dominoes falling. You build us up just to knock us back down. Funny how you act surprised when we hit the ground. We're like dominoes, dominoes, dominoes falling.
So that verse there kind of took me to another place. So talking about how insecurity sells, that's such a massive line. It's a massive line, because the way I see it, the world is set up, society is set up to stimulate fear and desire in order to make a profit. So just watch any advert, for example. It's either stimulating a fear that you don't have something or you need something in order for you to part with your money in order to fill this void, which may or may not be there. And the other thing it does, if it's not stimulating fear, it's stimulating your desire, something that you desire to have, and all you're going to do is part with your money in order to have it. Again, to desire some things is to just think they're going to fill a void, they're going to make you feel better, but nothing from the outside world can make you feel better long term. That's just the way it is. And obviously this is going to put pressure on people, because the more money you spend, the less money you have, right? And it's buying all these external things in order to make yourself feel better from the inside, and it will just never work. It never has done, it never will work, and it is dangerous. And I think that's the point he's getting at here now.
I hide my head under the sheets, 'cause how can I face a world that ridicules the weak? Where beauty is sold on the shelves, forbid that we find it in ourselves. And now I'm broke, it don't come cheap. Oh, you built this like dominoes, dominoes, dominoes falling. Oh, you built this like dominoes, dominoes, dominoes falling. us up just to knock us back down. Funny how you act surprised when we hit the ground. We're like dominoes, dominoes, dominoes falling.
This is just hitting so hard because being a young person now is really hard, especially with the internet, because you've got access to so much sort of perception of how the world, you think the world, the perfect world should be. You see celebrities, you know, Instagram, things like that. And what with AI now as well, it's just distorting reality even more. And like, let's face it, celebrities don't live in the real world. You know, they look $1 million because they've got their stylist with them all the time. They've got their hairdresser with them, cutting their hair or whatever doing with their hair before they come on camera to take the photos that we see. They don't look like that all the time. It's all a show, it's not real. But to a young person, that could be, they see that as the norm and living that way. And all of these like holiday destinations and things like that, like I said, it's fake Photoshop beauty queens. It's not real, but then it's being perceived as being real. And if you're not living that way, it's almost like you are failing. It ridicules the weak. You are weak in that area because you can't live that way. Well, it's absolutely nonsense. It's all just to stimulate your fear and desire in order to make money, to take your money off you. And it's just a setup. That's all it is. That's all it is. So what I'm saying is money is being valued in the world above mental health, about well-being, like above all of those things. And that's just wrong, isn't it? From a moral standpoint, that is just wrong. It's just making us feel more and more inadequate and weak when it's just a lie. It's all a con just to make us spend more money. There's a line there where he says, beauty sold on the shelves, forbid that we find it in ourselves. That's right, because that is the only place where beauty exists. It has to come from the inside out. It doesn't matter how many things you buy on the outside world, it will never make you feel beauty on the inside. That has to come from you. It has to come from your mind and your thoughts and your feelings. All of these outside things are all impermanent means, and they will never satisfy that permanent need that we as humans crave. So let's carry on with this.
Ariah was the most beautiful girl in this world. She shined like diamonds and rubies and pearls. But then, as soon as she turned 13, she forgot just how bright that it was that she gleamed. Stuck in the material world of magazines that glamorise fake and Photoshop beauty queens. Top 10 beauty tips making her feel inadequate. For the first time in her life, she felt ugly.
Well, so even those couple of lines there, like you said, this story now about like a child who always felt had the beauty and gleamed, but as soon as the perception was taken from her, and now she's looking at magazines, and you could liken this to the internet and Instagram now, the perception is warped. Her reality is distorted purely because she's got access to visuals of a plastic life, a life that isn't real. But in the mind of a young person, it's perceived to be real. And like, he uses that line there, which is so good, like top 10 beauty tips make her feel inadequate again or make her feel ugly. Top 10 beauty tips, that's like a marketing advert. You could probably put that in on the internet and you'll find 1,000 blogs using a variation of 10 top beauty tips you can do in the next 5 minutes. Again, it's stimulating the fear and desire. It's a massive problem. It's a massive problem. And it makes the feelings inside change just by this perception of what isn't real.
So Ariah stopped eating to lose weight. She spent her dinner money on some makeup for her face. But no matter how much she lost or how much she bought, she was never good enough, or so she thought. Ariah felt she could never be loved. She started cutting her wrists and hiding her scars with gloves. At 16, an anorexic beauty queen, she collapses in a puddle of her tears and blood, cause she never felt enough. She never felt enough. Your sellers sold this lie that we must buy to keep in touch. We can never buy enough, never buy enough. All the riches in the world can't buy a sense of self-love. Funny how you act surprised when depression's levels rise, when you force feed inadequacy straight into our eyes. Television shows that praise the beautiful people, and talent competitions that just laugh at the feeble. Billboards, magazines, people turn to plasticine, molded like a factory. We're growing up to fear feeling ugly. It's lunacy, and not even a community, cause insecurity breeds judgment, judgment breeds hate, no unity. And hierarchy based upon aesthetics is what makes a kid in school get bullied for genetics. And I felt so ugly growing up. The way that I look sometimes got me beaten up. I mean, what the fuck sort of culture do we live in, when we're defined by the shape of our face, when we're ashamed by the size of our waist, when we're imprisoned by the form that we take? And so we keep buying and spending. That's just how this story goes. You build us up just to knock us back down, and we just keep falling like dominoes.
Whoa, that is just so profound in what he's saying there. So profound. Like, we really need some education on this area, like, as a society, I think, because we keep buying and spending, and like, what for? Half the time it's like we want this new car, or we want to go on this holiday destination just to prove to others that we might be doing well, or it's for our own pride or something like that. But it's all about other people's opinion. But the only opinion you should trust is your own opinion of yourself. Like, what do you think about you? That's the most important thing. Not what does other people think about me and how am I doing, and because that is all the judgment. It's like he says, you force feed inadequacy into our eyes. That is what you do. You know, you're on YouTube now, you're probably going to get an advert pop up on one of the videos that you watch, and it's going to tell you, just have a look at that advert. It will tell you a problem that you're not aware that you have, and it's going to exaggerate that problem as much as possible to stimulate a fear in you or a desire, in order so you go, oh, that sounds like that's the solution to my problem that I did or I didn't know I had before I watched this advert. I'm thinking about giving you some money to solve it. You know, and they don't just do this once, they do it over and over and over again. And of course, with the internet, it's like an algorithm. You click on one advert like that, you're going to get loads of them, and suddenly you're spending like no tomorrow, and it's all to make yourself feel better, and it just won't work. It will never be enough. Like he says in there, you can never buy enough, because nothing from the outside world can make you feel better long term. It's never enough. It has to come from within. And I just think this subject is so important. That is another great track from Ren. Thank you for recommending that. Please let me know the next Ren I should react to. And if you like this video and you like personal growth and thought and presence and thinking, then please subscribe to the channel, and please like this video. I'm going to be doing loads more, and I always accept like requests and suggestions, and I try and make a video to every single one of them. So I will see you in the next one. Bye.